Yoongi, better known to millions around the world as Suga of BTS, has officially completed his mandatory military service, marking a historic moment for both the artist and the group. With his discharge, all 7 BTS members have now fulfilled South Korea's conscription requirement, opening the door for their long-anticipated reunion. Suga, who enlisted in September 2023, served as a social service agent due to a past shoulder surgery that prevented him from active duty enlistment. His service officially concluded on June 21, 2025, according to South Korea's Ministry of National Defense. Unlike some public dischargers that attract large crowds, Suga quietly completed his duty without fanfare, a decision reportedly made out of safety concerns and respect for both fans and fellow servicemen. The 32-year-old rapper, songwriter, and producer shared a heartfelt message with fans through Weavers shortly after his release. In his note, he expressed gratitude for ARMY's unwavering support and promised that the next chapter of BTS would be worth the wait. "Thank you for waiting patiently," he wrote. "I've had time to reflect, to grow, and to think about the kind of music and energy I want to bring back to you." For fans worldwide, Suga's discharge is more than a personal milestone. It's the final piece of the puzzle for BTS's full comeback. The group, which has been on hiatus since 2022 due to enlistment schedules, confirmed earlier this summer that they plan to release a new album and embark on a world tour in 2026. Industry analysts suggest that BTS's return could spark a massive resurgence in K-pop's global momentum, not only reigniting record sales, but also reshaping live music trends post-pandemic and post-hiatus. Suga's influence within BTS and the music industry cannot be understated. Known for his introspective lyrics, raw honesty, and production skills, he has been the creative backbone behind many of BTS's most critically acclaimed tracks. His time away has also deepened anticipation for his solo projects. Prior to enlisting, Suga released D-Day under his Augustine moniker, which topped international charts and showcased his versatility as an artist and a storyteller. Social media erupted with celebrations following news of his discharge, with hashtags like "Welcome back Yoongi" and "All BTS back" trending globally within minutes. Fans organized online streaming events, charity drives, and digital art exhibitions to honor his return. Many see this as a symbolic moment, not just for BTS as artists, but also for the ARMY community that has patiently waited for this day. Now that BTS is whole again, excitement is at an all-time high. While the group has yet to reveal the exact timeline of their comeback, industry insiders suggest that preparations are already underway, with recording sessions scheduled later this year. As the countdown to 2026 begins, Suga's completion of military service stands as a turning point, closing one chapter of duty and sacrifice and opening another filled with creativity, music, and global impact. Suga's discharge marks more than just the end of his personal service obligation. It symbolizes a generational shift in the relationship between South Korea's military duty and the global entertainment industry. For years, BTS's enlistment had been one of the most debated topics in Korean media and politics, with discussions even reaching the National Assembly regarding potential exemptions for global cultural icons. Ultimately, BTS chose to serve without exception, setting an example of civic responsibility while reaffirming their pride in their Korean identity. Cultural critics in Seoul note that Suga's completion of service is especially poignant. Known for his introspective nature and sharp commentary on social issues, Suga has often used his music to speak about identity, mental health, and the weight of societal expectations. His military service, while quieter compared to his stage presence, reflects the very themes he has explored through his lyrics: resilience, duty, and personal growth. ARMY, the dedicated BTS fandom, celebrated Suga's return in both digital and physical spaces. In Seoul, fans gathered near the High Building with banners, LED billboards, and purple-themed decorations to mark the occasion. Meanwhile, across international cities like New York, London, Jakarta, and Sao Paulo, ARMY organized flash mobs, streaming parties, and charity drives under hashtags like #YoongiIsBack and #OT7TogetherAgain. Some fan groups went beyond celebratory gestures, channeling their excitement into social good. In the Philippines, an ARMY collective donated school supplies to underprivileged children in Suga's name. In India, fans organized blood donation camps. These actions mirrored Suga's own philanthropic legacy, including his record-setting donation earlier this year to support children with autism. With BTS's full reunion confirmed in 2026, industry analysts are already predicting a BTS Boom 2.0. The group's previous world tour generated billions in revenue and reshaped global pop concert economics. Now, after 3 years of absence from group activities, their return is expected to fuel not only record sales, but also tourism, fashion collaborations, and technology partnerships. Suga's discharge is the final green light, said Kim Ji-hoon, a music industry researcher in Seoul. For the past 2 years, brands and entertainment companies have been quietly preparing for BTS's comeback. Now the countdown begins in earnest. This isn't just about music, it's about culture, economy, and global influence. Streaming platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music are also preparing for the influx. Data from past BTS comebacks shows massive surges in global traffic, often overwhelming servers in the first hours of release. Insiders suggest that their upcoming 2026 album will be rolled out with one of the largest marketing campaigns in music history, with Suga playing a central role. Suga's journey through military service has closed a chapter of patience and waiting, for him, for BTS, and for ARMY. But his discharge also signals a new beginning. Many expect his next creative works to reflect the lessons and reflections he gained during his time away from the spotlight. Known for turning personal struggles into art, fans are anticipating music that carries even deeper resonance. As BTS prepares to regroup, the sense of anticipation is palpable. For now, Suga's quiet but significant return stands as a milestone, not only in the story of BTS, but in the evolving narrative of K-pop as a global cultural force. "See you soon," Suga ended his Weverse message. Simple words, but for millions, they represent the promise of a new era. The journey toward this moment has been a long one. December 2022, Jin, the eldest member, became the first to enlist. April 2023, J-Hope followed. September 2023, Suga began his service as a public service agent. December 2023, RM and V entered active duty. January 2024, Jimin and Jungkook joined, completing the lineup's enlistment. Over the next 2 years, BTS as a group went silent in terms of concerts and group albums, though members occasionally updated fans through letters, short videos, or military unit celebrations. Each discharge became a trending global event, but it was Suga's completion on June 21, 2025 that carried the deepest weight, because it meant BTS was whole again. Unlike his bandmates who served in active duty, Suga was assigned to social service due to complications from his 2020 shoulder surgery. His role, while less physically demanding, still required consistency and public commitment. Reports suggest he worked in administrative support at a public institution, maintaining a low profile throughout. For ARMY, his quieter service was symbolic of his personality, introspective, reserved, but steady. Fans admired how he approached his duty with dignity, never seeking special treatment despite his global fame. Many believe this humility will translate into even greater respect for BTS in South Korea, where military service remains a deeply sensitive national issue. For fans, the past 2 years were a test of loyalty and patience. While some newer K-pop groups surged in popularity during BTS's absence, ARMY maintained the group's presence in cultural conversations. Fan-organized streaming marathons kept BTS's hits on global charts. Online communities created daily countdowns for each member's discharge. One Indonesian ARMY shared on Twitter, "It felt like waiting for a family member to return home. We all marked the days together. And now that Suga is back, it feels like the family is complete again." These emotions culminated in June 2025 when live streams celebrating his return drew millions of viewers worldwide. Digital fan projects such as a giant purple banner across New York's Times Square reading, "Welcome home, Yoongi," highlighted the fandom's unity and creativity. While fans eagerly await new songs, industry experts suggest BTS's impact will stretch far beyond the music charts. Their 2026 reunion is expected to drive a resurgence in global tourism to South Korea, with the government already preparing initiatives linking BTS's comeback
to cultural and economic programs. Professor Lee Min-jung, a cultural studies scholar at Seoul National University, commented, BTS's return will be remembered as a landmark in the globalization of Korean culture. Their decision to serve and then reunite creates a story arc that resonates across generations, not only as entertainers, but as symbols of duty, resilience, and hope. For Suga personally, the post-military chapter may mark his most powerful creative period yet. Fans expect his music to reflect themes of reflection, solitude, and renewal. Given his reputation as one of BTS's primary producers, many predict the upcoming album will carry his emotional fingerprints. Industry insiders suggest BTS has already begun early recording sessions, with Suga heavily involved in production meetings. Rumors point to the group experimenting with more global collaborations, potentially involving top Western producers and Asian artists alike, in a move that could redefine the sound of modern pop. With Suga's discharge, the long wait is officially over. What lies ahead is a new era filled with both expectations and possibilities. For BTS, this is more than a comeback. It is a rebirth. For Suga, it's a chance to once again transform personal experience into art that speaks to millions. The story of BTS's military service from enlistment to discharge now belongs to history. What remains is anticipation for the music, the performances, and the global cultural wave that only BTS can bring. And in the words that Suga left his fans with on Weavers, simple, understated, but deeply meaningful, see you soon.